Hey, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Phil Batista. I've got Jason Miller and Mishi Mladnitsky with RRR. I've got my cool RRR t-shirt on here. And we're talking about the VRUG here this Thursday. Nice shirt, by the way, Mishi. So you guys are going to be talking about a very cool tool, a very cool process, and you're going to demonstrate, I think, the synchronization using RRR and a new method rather than the request ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys talk. I'm actually going to turn my camera off maybe and let you guys talk and give us an overview of what you're going to talk about today. So Mishi, Jason, go ahead, guys.
I can start very quickly. I'm the guy who made this little data migration tool or data backup tool for remedy systems. I used it a lot at different sites, and a lot of other people has too. And Jason is one of these, and he has made some cool scripts to migrate ITSM data. So I'll let him take over from there.
Yeah, so like Nishi said, we've used the scripts to most recently did an 8.1 upgrade to a brand new install of 2002, and to bring over the foundation data, so the people and all that, the backend configuration, we used Archive to bring that over. And so those scripts, I'll be providing those as part of the download, but we're also going to demonstrate a little bit of that between one remedy system to another and actually show the data migration. We're also going to show how to use it as a backup tool also. So we'll back up the target system first, just in case you need to restore or reference it later. We'll show how to do that. And then we'll also dive into some errors and troubleshooting and different, details of the tool.
And Jason, I believe you will also share these scripts to allow others to do similar stuff or learn from them afterwards, right?
Exactly, yeah. So to give a starting point for anybody else who wants to sync an ITSM system, I'd mentioned doing upgrades, but I've also used to use these when I had my own remedy system when I was the owner of a dev QA prod, and I would sync from prod down to QA, categorizations and all those things that don't tend to be done in the lower environments. I would synchronize them down, and these scripts will help with that.
Great.
That's awesome. So give me just a quick 30-second description of what the problem is that we're actually solving here. Jason, you've done this before. What's the problem that we're actually solving here?
Well, I kind of touched on it a moment. People put things in production, groups and other users, categorization, and then when you start working on a project in dev QA, you go to use a group and it isn't there, or a person, or the categorization. You go to create workflow, say, send a notification when the tier 1 is this. Well, that never got put into QA. So this is going to help show how you can keep it in sync for those organizations that maybe don't follow to the, every time dev QA prod, dev QA prod.
Right, and I've run across this too, by the way, with a customer. They said, oh yeah, prod and dev are exactly the same. All the request IDs, all the entry IDs, they're all exactly the same. All the group IDs are all the same. I said, okay, I'll trust you. And then I go to move things and I can't because it's, a group is hard coded or something. It was a long time ago. But now, Misha, your tool used to use the request ID, and now it uses something different. What does it use different, and why? How is that enabling this process to take place successfully?
Well, there is a new parameter there called the primary key, which allows you to, instead of using the request ID to match records between systems, you can use the GUID or maybe some other field or combination of fields that is a unique index to migrate data between any forms, really.
That's awesome. Yeah, so now things don't get overwritten because I think, Jason, you were talking about earlier, you and I were talking about before we started recording about the fact that you can do this before, but with the request ID, it'll clobber things. It'll basically overwrite using the request ID, but now using this GUID as the primary key is the magic formula to this process. Is that correct?
It is. Now, the caveat is I haven't had a chance to fully update the scripts for ITSM, so that's still a work in progress, but I will show an example of using the GUID just so we can cover it, but it is a newer feature.
Excellent. Okay, great. We're looking forward to seeing your presentation and the demo and the scripts here on Thursday. I think we actually have a surprise guest from BMC that's going to show up, so I'm not going to spill the beans here. But thanks, guys. Misi, I know it looks daylight where you are, but I think it's probably not daylight where you are. So thanks for staying up late for this, and we look forward to seeing you.
More like midnight, but it's okay. Right. I'm looking forward to see you all at the little conference. Yeah.
Excellent. And then we'll look forward to seeing you guys at the Las Vegas RUG too. So thanks. I'll see you on the call Thursday.
Yeah.
Sounds good.